All right, we're recording again. Hoping I can pause if you had anything to say between.
Nope, all good.
Hello, folks back on YouTube. You can say hi if you want, Joe.
Hello.
Believe it or not, the last time you said hi, somebody actually said hi, Joe, back in the comments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Um, yeah, the last video we bullshitted too much in the beginning and midway through, so hopefully we can get a little more this
Yeah,
time.
talked
I
about
if
Hearts
it
of Iron a little bit.
Yeah, if the video had been I cut it before it got so long I absolutely had to cut it in two, but if we had done less bullshitting, I probably still would have cut that in two. But I'm like, I don't want people like a 40-minute video where half of it is us just bullshitting or more than half, you
Yeah.
know? So, anyways, you were about to attack these strong runes.
Yep.
I upload these videos every 3 days, so viewers are already gonna like watch that and they're like, oh, nothing happened. I'm gonna lose a couple of views, and most of them aren't returning viewers, so I probably won't actually lose many. And some of people will be patient, and then they'll see this hopefully, and this would be more interesting. But I'm curious what's defending these ancient runes. It could just be another troll
Ogre, Hunter, Spider Baby, two boars.
again, another ogre. Or no, it was a troll last time. This is an ogre.
Yeah.
Cool.
Our ogre. Oh, okay, this looks concerning.
Well, let's see what's there. You can,
66 hit points.
yeah.
Okay, well, manual combat.
This is the advantage of numbers because flanking, like, if you outnumber them, you can send units around to flank them while others. And don't
Yeah.
forget,
Mass
flanking does more
curse.
damage. What?
Oh, and there's a mass curse as well.
Do you have the mana to dispel that, or
I don't have the casting points. Fuck. That's really bad.
oh, the ogre
Oh
is
well.
not so tough. It's not like the troll. The trolls regenerate. The ogre is just
Yeah,
it's just a big brute.
just tanky.
Some of the more depressed monsters I deal with are often are ogres. They're moody, pouty monsters, too large to be humanoid, but lacking the skills of giantkin. They cannot break down city walls, climb mountains, or hurl boulders. Actually, they can break down city walls, but whatever. Which is not well. They also make lousy cooks. I try to remind them they're still capable of beating anything with their sizable club. I suspect they'd be happier if they didn't decorate their clothes with bones. But ogres are stupidly fixated on bony decor. I suppose that's symbolic of something. Happy, healthy monsters. Ziglar Freud, battlefield therapist. Freud. Yeah, ogres are just. They don't have any gimmicks. It's just pure high attack, high health,
Yeah,
somewhat high defense.
yeah,
They're
they're just
tough,
buff.
but I mean, you do Legolas from Lord of the Rings. You have like, one guy stand in front and then someone come
Yeah.
around and shoot him in the eye with with an elven longbow. They'll die quick. Um,
All right.
the boars are like cavalry that aren't vulnerable to pikemen. They so they're somewhat concerned. And the hunter spider, it can phase and web. So you probably want to pick up the hunter spider fairly quick, and the wouldn't hurt the boars, but they'll just close to melee, and after they close, they're not that dangerous. It's the initial charge you have to worry about with the boar.
Yeah.
Uh oh, it regenerates. Is that 6 health per turn? I think that's per turn out of combat though. Yeah, not per round. Your units are all cursed though. That's a problem. And you said you don't have the mana to try and disjunct that.
I don't have the casting points.
Darn. Um.
Sucks.
All right. Well.
Hmm. A lot of pillars here.
Yeah. I guess you used all that mana to type the node.
Yeah,
Investment.
that was the problem.
Um. Yeah. Well. I guess stuff happens. Yeah, your units are gonna get beat up, but I think you can win if you use the terrain well. You're probably gonna want to make maximum use of the fact that you have range and they have no range capabilities though. And all this
Yeah.
like this terrain, this is gonna give you ways to hit them at ranged
Mhm.
without them closing. Plus you can fumble hits because you're cursed. Well, not all units with low morale are really at risk, and actually all your units have reasonable morale because they've won so many
Yeah.
battles.
The, plus the bard is here, so they're still decent.
Yeah, all of them have high morale
Penguin, yeah.
except for the penguin, which is still a normal. It's just less
Yeah.
happy. Race
All right.
happiness bonus, yeah. Um, because you have enough
Hmm.
race happiness that your elves are a little bit happier than normal. Yeah, the
Uh,
boars and the spiders are gonna rush forward, and the ogre is slow and stupid.
what do you
Probably,
recommend? I send my dire penguin forward and guard.
I, oof, God, I don't really know what to do with this. You do have a longbowman that's already to the right with like this line of runes. I don't know if you like see it. The
Yeah.
camera phases through, but there's this line of like,
Oh, should I fall behind this wall of ruins?
um, I don't know if I'd put your whole army there. They will eventually corner you. I
Yeah.
might
True.
have the Storm Sister and the Longbowman both go that way though and hit stuff. Or no, because you can probably have the Storm
Storm's don't have a lot
Sister.
of range.
Yeah, and not a lot of range. What? Oh yeah,
Storm
it just
Sister, it's best at 3. It does have 5, but it
yeah,
drops off.
it does suffer long range penalties, but um, you only have the Dire Penguins as your only true melee unit.
Yeah.
Your Shira can do backstab pretty well, but whew. um, I might try and waste some of their movement by maybe having Shira go up and to the left and like shoot them, and she can sprint to get out of like danger. Like so, use the terrain and then get the heck out of dodge without them make them chase her. Well, what they'll end up doing is you're hoping they'll split their forces, and then you can kill some of them that go for your like other units while your hero distracts and maybe kills one of them. Um, plus that longbowman. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think you need to ideally kind of like pincer them, hit them from two sides.
Mm.
Yeah, so maybe the longbowman and the penguin on the left, the hero down the center, and your other units kind of up the right side. Hit them in a pincer move so you can get lots of flanking.
All right.
Um, that's what I would suggest is if you can hit him in a pincer, you'll do all right. Otherwise, you could have a rough time of this, but um, you need to clear the site eventually, and you might get some cool stuff. I didn't check if this had resources or gold or what you'll get from winning, but you'll get something. So,
All right. So my left longbowman, do you just move 3 tiles forward, do you think? Guard there.
not even three. That's too much. Maybe
They won't be
they
hit
can.
by 3 tiles though.
Yeah, you can probably get the enemy to move part of their movement forward, guard again, and you got Shirk probably want to get closer. I'd probably just move two tiles forward and guard with the longbowman.
But then they won't be able to get shots without taking damage. Sorry, not taking damage. They won't be able to shoot over that pillar,
Which
right?
power?
The
The one
one
in
in
front of.
front.
They can always move one and shoot three times if they.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I would be cautious with the longbowman because the range units
Should I
don't.
put the penguin in front of the longbowman then?
I don't know about in front, but I'd have maybe move two tiles forward. You want the hero to the hero can take more hits, and also she can
Yeah.
use sprint to get out of danger without taking attacks opportunity if she gets swarmed. So,
Oh,
um,
I the hero can cast spells though. Rain of
yeah, would
Poison Blades, Quick Dash, and Blind.
Rain of Blades quick dash? What does that do again?
Restores 15 health and 50% of the movement points of the friendly unit.
Yeah, that could become useful when a unit gets swarmed or something. I'd hold on to that, but she might need to catch that at some point. Quick dash.
Yeah.
She only has 15 casting points, so she can probably like. How much does it
Cast
cost?
it once. 10. So you can cast it once.
Do you have any five cost spells for her, or
No.
yeah? So mostly it's gonna come down to maybe at some point she needs to quick dash someone else if they get in trouble. But for now, she's got sprint and she's yeah. So I'd move her at least a couple tiles forward, Shira, maybe 3. Um, yeah, and just guard. They're gonna move forward, and then you'll be able to hit them next turn. Probably. You need to get the other units in position anyhow. You can't afford to have even one unit out of position here. Let's see. Um,
Initiate, move forward 2, 1. Sorry, forward 2, and then 1 to the right, maybe? Sorry, not initiate. My Storm Sister.
oh, 2 and 1 to the right. No, it'll get hit by the. It'll get swarmed by the boar will try and race it if you get that close. I might just move it maybe 2 forward and just guard. So Shira's still at the point of the formation.
Here?
Yeah. It's worth noting that they're going to respond to whatever you do, so you don't want to give them opportunities they can take advantage of.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
And then the initiate.
That's the hard part about battles. You can make a plan, but you have to always remember your enemy will respond to whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I can still make decent tactical plans, but like before long COVID, I used to be good at tactics because I could think on my feet and anticipate what my opponent would do, and now I can as well. I have trouble thinking as far ahead. So I opt more for caution than I used to because I can't. But yeah, if the longbowman like moves around the right side there, it could probably move 3 tiles and just be like standing behind the runes, kind of on the right.
Here?
Yeah, just guard there. Maybe the boar will
Alright.
try and reach it, but maybe it won't. Um,
Then what should I do with this initiate?
yeah, the initiate's kind of weak, and I remember it can move its full movement and still shoot, so it doesn't have to be like as close to be able to get its full attack.
Yeah. Looks like.
It's cannon fodder and potentially could end up dead. But it can also fall back further and still attack. I might put the initiate next to the penguin. That should be 4 tiles forward. It'll help make sure that the left flank isn't so weak that they try and attack with too many units there. Yep.
Okay.
They're not even gonna. Well,
They're
that's to
doing
your.
nothing.
No, that's to your advantage. It gives you more time to position your units. Like, it's not like you're gonna get to the 5 turns without damage and they lose. They win. So this is good.
Yeah.
Them doing nothing is the best thing that could have happened. I would have figured they would at least consolidate their units into a giant lump or something. I guess they can't think that far ahead. Some AIs are smart and others, like, I guess Ogre-led army is stupid. Yeah, you could probably... the Ogre can move 5 tiles. Shoot, and so can the boar is fast too. What's the range on the longbowman? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Trying to see if there's a place your longbowman can shoot that boar from and still not be meleeed. I don't know. I would start by moving the longbowman on the right. Maybe keep your distance, but keep moving further along behind this like set of runes. You could probably put it behind that pillar. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see the pillar that touches the bush?
Which one?
The pillar that's touches the bush.
Oh, all the way on the right,
Yeah,
longbowman.
yeah, maybe because if even if the boar tries to rush the longbowman, you have time now to like bring the storm sister and initiate kind of so that the boar will get slaughtered with ranged attacks before it can close, or
Yeah.
at least it'll be so weak the longbowman can finish it off in melee no problem. Because
The
the
boar can
longbow,
reach that pillar though.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh shoot, it can. That's right.
So maybe that second pillar.
Hmm. Yeah, that pillar that's a little closer, just 2 tiles. It's more cautious. Yeah, I might hide behind that close pillar.
Here.
Yep. Probably take longer to really set up a trap so that the boar can't. Storm Sister could probably stand next to the longbowman, I think. That's out of range of the boar, right?
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
barely. Yeah.
Yep. So that's probably a good place for the Storm Sister then. Keep her out of harm's way too much, you know? And you're gonna want even more support on the right, just 2 units. Probably the Initiate could, if they're gonna really stay still like this. Let's see. Initiate can only move 1, 2, 3. Could probably stand back to the right and behind the bush. I think that's out of range of everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably there. So that the boar tries to move forward, it'll get hit by like 3 ranged units.
Here, one more tile.
One more tile. So that, yeah, because initiates got mobility. Irregulars are good for skirmishing, at least because they usually have attacks that are just one really nasty attack instead of attacks 3 times.
Should I try to get a hit in on something with
Or maybe
my
that's just
hero?
initiates. Not quite yet, probably. Because if the hero advances and shoots, they'll all just race the hero at this point. You're almost ready to strike, but you're still kind of.
Even if they sprint back, even if the hero sprints away.
I mean, it could work, but you still have time to set up a trap and to try and lure them into it. Like.
Okay.
Yeah, since they gave you more time, I would use it. So I would have the initiate guard since it's out of movement anyways. I can't do anything. And since they're giving you this golden opportunity, you don't have to worry about the boar coming on the left. I'd probably have the penguin move 3, like up to the left, to guard your left flank, if so the longbowman can get a little closer. Maybe.
Here.
Yep. Or no, further to the left. I meant you can still reach it. Two more tiles to the left, hard left, so that the boar can't come around that way. Yeah, and then the longbowman can move up. Probably at 2 tiles actually, if it goes still behind the rocks. You see, with its flank rear covered. Yep, forward 1 and up and to the right 1. That'll probably also
that's still in range of
the ogre.
Boar. No, not the ogre, but the boar and the spider will be in range of it.
Oh, well, okay, just 1 tile forward then, right? That's out of range,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, that's out of range still.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I'd probably move her up to the left 1 tile to start. You don't want to, yeah. You're setting up the pin, so you probably don't want to. The center is, now that you've really got that's out of range of everything, right?
Not the. Oh no, the boar and spider can still reach her.
Yeah, well, if she's guarding, she'll be all right. Like, she'll have 13 defense if she's guards and she retaliates. I would just see what they do. Maybe they'll close, but if they do,
2 to 4, 4 to 6 for the spider. But 8 to 12 for the boar. The boar's a bit scary.
Yeah, but you got to kill them at some point. Like if they race this far, they only have like one attack, and
Yeah.
then you can hit them with the longbowman and the penguin, and yeah,
Okay.
and then initiate. I mean, they're gonna
Alright.
attack or charge you at some point, and they might not do anything because you're not close enough. Still,
What? Still
nope, they're
nothing.
they're waiting for you to get closer, but you're setting up a trap on them, so it's good. Pa, 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 pa.
What round do I have to attack?
This is round 3. I think by the round 5 is the last one you have to attack. If you haven't done any damage on round 5, you lose. So you still got 2 more. This round 4 and then round 5 you have to attack on if nothing else. Let's see, what's the range of these acid darks though? How many tiles can Shira move and still attack 3 times? 2 tiles or just
Two.
1?
2 tiles.
Oh, okay. I wonder if she moved 2 tiles, how much damage would she do to the ogre? Does it 14, 11?
Won't tell me.
Yeah, probably not much. It would taunt the stupid thing, but it would probably. I would just move her 1 tile up and to the left. If they don't take the bait, then you may have to move 1 tile closer next turn, but you're just trying to lure him in at this point.
If she moves there, the ogre will be able to reach.
Yeah. If the ogre races forward, it'll be the only thing that reaches, and then you can hit it with the longbowman and stuff, and the penguin.
Okay.
Yeah, so I
Right
would
here?
just,
Guard?
yep, and go guard mode. Worst case, the ogre hits it, and she does have sprint to get
Should
out of.
everybody just guard now?
No. You're definitely gonna need to set up a trap if the ogre races forward. So we'd have the penguin move 1 tile forward and guard. And yeah, I know they can race attack it, but if they do retaliations, then I would have the longbowman move 1 up into the left 1 and guard. So it's a little closer too. So
Okay. Anything with the other people on the right, or their positioning?
or hold on. How much damage does the boar do if it charges the penguin? Can you see?
Yes, 12 to 18.
Oof. Okay, yeah. Counting moves. Yeah, you probably just want to keep those there. Anything on the right? Yeah. They're really going to be this path. I would probably have the longbowman move up into the right 1. I think that's still out of range of the boar, right? Just barely. Take advantage of the fact that
Longbowman? No,
yeah,
longbowman can't move at all.
the one on the far right. If that's just
Yep.
because it's in guard mode. If you unguard it, it gets its movement.
No,
back.
I mean, if they move forward at all, they will be in range.
Yeah, no, I'm
In
talking
one
about
turn,
moving.
it can get between the pillars.
Yeah, between them. So if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm saying if it moves up into the right 1, so it's not next to the pillars. Do you see what I'm
It
saying?
can go through. It can go through. It can go 6 tiles straight to the right to get between the 2 pillars on the right as well.
Yeah.
They're.
Which is why I'm saying I'm counting the tiles. There's 4, 5. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, if it
1,
goes in a
2,
straight line, it'll reach the right
3,
side.
4, 5, 6. No, it shouldn't be able to reach the top I'm talking about. See, I'm not saying straight. I'm saying straight and to the right.
Yeah, I mean here. I'll take a screenshot. See, they can go to this tile here.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that tile. I'm talking about up and to the right 1. That should be out of range because
Up and to the right one.
to the right, the right side of your screenshot, even.
With the longbowman.
Yeah,
Isn't that adjacent to the white part that he'll? That means he'll hit. Yeah.
that's not adjacent to any of the white parts. I'm looking at all the white parts
Oh.
that can.
Here, just here.
Yes, just there.
Oh, I thought you meant the tile above that.
No.
I thought you meant up to the right, two tiles, not one. Sorry, I was just confused. Okay, I see.
It could actually
Yeah,
keep
that
moving that
works.
straight line that it went one more tile that way, and it would still be out of range too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, I would go further. The idea is to try, if this boar charges, then it'll be vulnerable to flanking. And then I think the Storm Sister can move where the Longbowman just was. So that's a little closer too. Yep.
Here. Okay. What about the initiate? They find where they are.
Yeah, probably fine where they are. Because it may
Okay.
need to support if they race down the left side, the initiate may have to fall back into the left. In which case the Longbowman maybe comes in and tries to get flanking on stuff. They're still not moving.
Oh my god.
They're being.
I have to attack.
Yeah, but now you're set up well for it. And yeah, like I was saying, not knowing what would happen if they would race it. Shira gets one tile closer, I think she can hit them, right? With her darts. Hold on,
Yep.
she can
No,
already
she can
hit.
currently hit the Hunter Spider. Yeah.
Yeah, you could have actually done that last turn, even.
Oh,
and that'll. What?
nothing. I should have noticed. Whoops.
Oh, that's as much my fault as. Let's see. 1 to 2.
Looks like acid darts will do better. Not much. It'll
Yeah.
do 2 damage 3 times.
6 damage is still something. If
Yeah.
she can hit them from this range, and that resets the counter, so you get 5 more turns to do damage again. If they don't get close, or you just pick off the Hunter Spider at range, doesn't matter how long it takes.
All right.
Yeah, I would just acid dart the Hunter Spider. Oh, and she leveled up from that.
Oh, sweet.
Nice. And now you don't have to worry about running out of time.
Yeah.
Since you just did damage, I suspect the boar is going to come racing forward. Or they're going to come down the center.
She's not in guard mode though. Should I put the penguin next to her in guard mode to help protect her?
You're probably most worried about the ogre racing at her.
Yeah. That could block the ogre off from her with the penguin.
Then the penguin.
But then the penguin's probably
totally massacred.
So.
If their ogre races her, she can sprint to avoid opportunity attacks and just fall back. In fact, I might have all your.
She will be taking 16 to 24 damage, though.
Yep.
I guess it's survivable.
Yep. And then the ogre will be way in like really far forward, and you can just hit it with a bunch of units. I might pull back a little. I didn't realize the spider was in range. That was my bad. I might pull the Longbowman back into the right one tile, at least the one on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're gonna attack you at this point. Probably with the ogre. So, and if she's gonna sprint back, if she gets hit hard, you'll probably want your other units to not be too far forward either, or else they'll just turn on the Longbowman. In fact, I might even fold back 2 more tiles, the Longbowman, towards the edge of the map. You know, you tried to lure him in, maybe behind that pillar, so that it's still more towards flanking.
3 tiles behind the pillar? Or 2 tiles to the right behind the pillar?
Down 1 and down left 1. So that it's behind that big pillar that's kind of phased out. Yeah, and I would just guard there. And I would probably put the penguin where the Longbowman was standing before, probably. Or maybe even, you know what, in front of the Longbowman. Yeah. Up, like, next to the Longbowman on the right side, between where the ogre is likely to be in the Longbowman. So that it doesn't... So that ogre moves fast. 36 movement. Or 30 movement. Yeah. The spider has 36. So yeah, I would put the penguin next to the longbowman. Yep, and just
Here or
one
another
more tile.
tile? Okay.
Yeah. It's just to keep in the way in case the ogre races your hero, who can just
Yeah.
sprint and fall further back. Your initiate, you're probably gonna want to use to somehow provoke flanking. Let's see. One. I'm looking at the board. 3, 4, 5, 6. Hmm. The ogre races. You know, I would pull. I would pull the. It's fast moving. I'd pull the initiate back into the left one tile and guard. So it's a little. Just because of the risk of the ogre. And
Mm.
yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, since you shot the spider and that provoked them, I would. Before you were trying to provoke them into unwise attacks, but they're definitely an attack now. And you. Yeah, I'd probably pull the Storm Sister back 1 and back left 2, even. So that it's behind all those runes. So 3 tiles. Because I'm assuming they're all going to come racing at this point. Or at least the ogre.
Here?
Yep. Yeah, so that you don't have units way off that could like have to deal with the boar on their own, and if they can help deal with the ogre. And the longbowman probably just next to the storm sister. I think she can reach that far.
Yeah.
Yep, and just guard. Yep.
Okay.
Now see what they do. They've been shot, so they have to do something, or they don't
They're
do
gonna
something.
beat up my leader.
Probably.
Oh shoot, she's taking
Yeah.
3 hits now. Then I didn't realize it was gonna teleport like that.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
Yeah, they beat the crap out of your leader. This is definitely a time for sprint, but they raced forward with everything here. Um. Interesting. Uh. Yeah, I guess they got lucky with that flanking with the hunter spider or whatever. Can only do that
Yeah.
once, but now your hero is gonna definitely have to sprint out of there. But first, the dire penguin can probably start eating the hunter spider. I think it can hit it pretty hard, right? 7-3.
Yeah, 8 to 12, 5 to 7, 3 times. Flanking melee. Or, flanking. Although
Yep.
they'll retaliate for like 20 damage twice. So, well, 8 to 12 or 6 to 10. And 6 to 10 twice. So,
Yeah.
could kill the penguin. Although the healing might make up for it.
Uh. Hmm. First thing I would do is how much does the penguin do on a melee hit again? You said like what's the predicted damage on the first hit with that's flanking?
8 to 12 and 5 to 7.
Yeah, okay, it's gonna suffer a lot of retaliations. I would shoot the hunter spider. Oh, you can hit the boar without line of sight.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't.
So maybe kill the boar off.
Yeah, since you're in a position where they don't. I didn't realize. I thought they would have cover from that rock there. Yeah, I would shoot the boar and see what it does with the longbowman.
All right. There we go.
If you're
Sweet.
lucky, you can kill it. Nice. Perfect. And the hunter spider can't phase again. It can only do that once per battle. So now it can only just move in a straight line. Yeah, actually, maybe you just want the penguin to guard. I would give.
Yeah?
I would give Shira a sprint because she's gonna have to move out and not suffer opportunity attacks from the ogre or anything.
Okay.
So it
right now.
activate. Yeah, I would sprint her right now. It's always good
Ugh.
to see what it does. Now she can fall back.
He has no movement. Still.
Wait,
I don't think
what?
she can get far enough away.
It doesn't cost
The
action. She should have 18 movement now.
She does, but that's not enough to get away from the ogre.
Oh, I thought you said none, like she couldn't move at all.
Sorry,
Uh,
I meant it's hyperbole. But yeah,
oh.
she can move three tiles, which is not far enough. The ogre's gonna fall.
Hmm.
Unless I throw the dire penguin in the way.
Yeah, you may have to make use of that. You probably need. All right,
The
to
initiative.
do. You don't really have to kill them. Just give them something they'd rather attack. Then, you probably need to deal with the hunter spider. Because you're gonna need a line of sight, a line of movement for the hero to move away. I'd probably move the penguin like up one, so like it's towards the north side of the map, and attack the hunter spider. That might be able to kill it with 3 attacks. Although retaliations are gonna suck.
Sorry, what was that?
I'd probably have the dire penguin move north 1 tile and attack the hunter spider from, the back at this point.
Yeah.
It's only going to
Right
suffer
here?
up to 2 retaliations. It's going to be bad, but
It could die, but I think the healing might.
Not with the life siphon, it can't. It should be able, unless it gets critted or fumbles a hit.
I could get a initiate lightning shock on it.
That won't have flanking, but once you attack it, you'll have flanking with the initiate. You're going to need to use the finish it off for sure. So.
All right. So just attack with the penguin?
Yep. Penguin might end up dying, but it was always cannon fodder.
What? How did that work so well? He took no damage.
Did you get a crit?
Let me look at the logs. It didn't take any retaliations for some reason.
Dire penguin. Well, you get 2 hits. The first, when you flank, they have to turn to face you, and then you get a second hit unless they have first strike. You get a second hit before they can hit you again.
So I rolled well enough that I killed it in the first 2 hits?
Yeah, which was a chance, but you had to roll real well. I was looking at the odds. I'm like, that's like less than 10% odds. So you rolled really well.
Got really lucky. That's good.
I thought you were going to need to finish it off with either a 3rd hit or the initiate if you rolled poorly. But yeah, it's dead either way. Yeah, so, now you just have to deal with that stupid ogre and the boar. I would give the boar something else to deal with. I would probably have the longbowman get a little closer, like move. I think if it moves up 1, it can shoot the boar 3 times. And yeah, there'll be a line of sight, but you're not going to do anything about that.
Yeah, it can.
Yep.
Well, I could. I'd only have 1 shot left. So
yeah.
That's fine. Sure,
yeah,
I'll
we
take
just.
the 3 shots. Wait. No, that's fine.
This is less about killing it and more about making it so that it doesn't want to help deal with. And if it does die, remember she's got resurgence, so she'll just come back next as long as you win the fight.
Yeah, it's not a big deal if she gets KO'd.
Well, she can cast spells and stuff, so it'd be better if she didn't. At least not till you've used her at casting points, but.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Let's see. In order for the Storm Sister, yeah, that's not gonna happen. But
So where should I bring the bard?
Shira?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking at. Oh, your Storm Sister can hit the ogre from here or the boar.
Really?
Or no, sorry, your initiate, not your.
Yeah, the initiate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
Although they're not very good. Not great damage.
Yeah.
Gotta get rid of the penalties.
If your initiate falls backward one tile, it should still be in range too. I don't know if you then suffer line of sight, but I think not. And if you did, you could always move back north again and try. So I'd move the initiate south one tile and hit the boar. Because you're trying to make it so the board doesn't want to, like, or is not too much a threat on the right side.
Directly south.
Yeah, directly south a tile, and then it should still be in range. Yep, and I would shoot the boar from there. Nice. Roll the 7. At that point, the boar is not much of a threat, because even your archer could finish it off easy. I would probably, with that roll,
Bring my Storm Sister forward. Next to the initiate.
Yeah, probably standing behind the initiate. You still have to worry about that stupid ogre racing for your... So yeah, I would probably put the Storm Sister behind the initiate. Although the Storm Sister does have Stunning Touch if worse comes to worse. You know what? It's with Stunning Touch, yeah, I'd probably move the Storm Sister southwest. Or no, because you might need it to finish out the boar. Yeah, I would just guard there. And now you just got to figure out what to do with Shira.
Yeah.
Uh,
She could finish the boar off. She can charge it. Decent chance of killing it.
What's the expected damage? I didn't even think of
15
that.
to 23.
Yeah, those aren't amazing odds. And then the ogre will just kill Shira.
Yeah, but she was probably gonna die either way, isn't she?
Maybe you can at least make it so the ogre has to take
Oh,
a sub.
I should test her guard. Okay, the ogre will do 14 to 20.
I mean, she's...
So as long as she only takes one hit from the ogre, she's fine.
But it can attack 3 times.
Yeah, so she needs to move her maximum distance so that she only takes one hit.
I think it would still be able to do 2 hits.
Really?
What spells can she cast again? Or can you not
Quick
see until...
dash, rain of poison blades, and blind.
Blind. That might be useful since the ogre is the real threat. What does it do?
Blind could attempts to blind target enemy unit. If it fails, the unit is hindered instead. Blinded units cannot target units or become more than 1 hex. Sorry. Cannot target units or objects more than 1 hex away or cast spells until end of combat. So really, I would hope to fail so it's hindered, so it has no movement to reach her.
Yeah. Yeah, if she moves 3 piles back and tries to blind the ogre, that might work. If it lacks the movement, then
Can
to
she
reach
cast Quick Dash on herself, or will that consume her movement points?
I don't know. It might leave her unable to move, or it might heal her and let her move again. You could try it if you want. You're probably gonna want... Although, if she does it, she would probably have enough extra hit points to survive 2 hits from the...
That's true.
Yeah, that would work. Even if she can't move again, it would let her survive. So yeah, I would move her down right and 2 back in a direct line. Or actually... Yeah, no, actually, because if the ogre, you can waste the retaliations and the dire penguin. So you actually, no, I would move next to the longbowman. Now I think of it. So that the ogre can't reach your longbowman. I put Shira next to the penguin and the longbowman. That's 3 tiles, and then try and cast Quick Dash on herself, see what it does. So if this fails, at least she blocks the way of the longbowman. Can she move again?
She still has movement.
Oh, nice.
In fact, she can attack.
The ogre, if it hits her now, how many damage does it do? How many attacks does it get if it were to charge her right now?
2. Although it does currently have flanking, so let me... Okay, 14 to 20. As opposed to 18 to 26. But yeah, 2. It would have 2 attacks right now.
Yeah, but unless it critted, it wouldn't, or rolled perfect 20s both times, it shouldn't kill her anymore.
Does the ogre... can the ogre only move 1 tile and make 3 attacks? How do you tell that?
It's dependent on the fraction of movement. Usually, it might be able to move 2 tiles and make 3
I wish it would
attacks.
show me that.
Well, what if you tell it if you look what happens when it attacks the penguin? That'll tell you since the penguin's only 2
Oh, still
tiles.
2. Yeah, still 2.
Yeah, it could probably
So she
murder
could.
the penguin at this point.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Should she move forward and then
Forward?
make? Yeah, if she moves forward once, she can actually get rid of her range penalty.
No, you want to keep her distance because
Okay.
you're gonna keep needing to move. Hmm.
If she moves backward, she'll be safe.
If she moves 1 tile, does she still have 2 attacks left with their darts?
Yeah. Yeah, she can move out of his range and then still make 2 attacks. It'll just won't be very strong.
Out of his range.
Yeah, she'll be out of his range.
It can move 5 tiles. I thought she can move only 1 more tile and still attack
Oh, I
twice.
guess. Yeah, sorry. No, you're right. That'll just. I'm just the UI isn't great. He can't currently move there because she's standing there, but there's no indication that if she weren't there, she'd be able to move there. So I forgot it'll just turn from pink to white again if she moves. So yeah, she can't move out of his range. Well, no, she can. She just won't be able to shoot.
Yeah. Um. No, heck with it. I would just guard. The fact that she was able to heal herself and still, like, be able to guard. You
Guard
don't
here.
want, yeah, because you don't want the ogre hitting the longbowman in melee. Yeah, I would just have her guard.
That's true.
And,
I don't want to lose the longbowman.
yeah, and you, like, since where she's staying, only 1 unit can reach her melee, the ogre. I don't think if the board did it would block the ogre. I don't think
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. So where she's staying right now, she probably won't die.
One of them's gonna have to attack the penguin, though. Well, unless they decide to
The
attack.
penguin might get murdered, but it's
Yeah.
a summon. It's kind of expendable if worse comes to worse. So
Yeah.
and they'll probably go for the hero. The hero is still a much higher value target, but yeah, if the ogre's feeling mean, it might eat the penguin. Just have to
At
find out
least.
what happens.
Yeah. Can he? Actually, how much is he gonna do? Oh yeah, he would definitely. If he attacks it with both, he's killing the penguin.
Yep.
Well, let's see what happens.
But if that happens, I don't think. I always get confused about the action point rules. But yeah, I would just because if it attacks, I don't think it has the retaliations on the next turn, or no, it does. I'm trying to remember because I think it regenerates its movement. Anyways, yeah, I would just end the turn and see what happens. Oh yeah, it's gonna eat the penguin.
He's got the penguin. Well, that sucks. And he leveled up too.
Oh. Wait, no, he didn't. That he just got a
Penguin did. The penguin
Oh,
leveled up right before he died.
yeah. If you had a necromancer, you could bring the penguin back as a cadaver with a bunch of experience. But
Yeah.
oh well. Higher levels, you get the ability to resurrect units, so it's a shame. But it leveled up after the first.
All right. Had my longbowman just fall back and shoot this boar, the one that got attacked.
It would suffer. Wouldn't your longbowman suffer an opportunity attack if it moved back?
No, he's all out of. Oh, he's not out a lot of action points. Well, oh, it would. Yeah, I didn't see that.
Besides, your
The
initiate.
UI is covered up by a dead boar body.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
just the initiate should be able to kill the boar. Anyways, if it moves, I think if you're or your storm sister, because your initiate's more mobile. Your storm sister could do it, and then could even move.
I can have the storm sister move 1 tile. Get
Yeah,
rid
I'd
of
be
the line of
worried
sight.
about the ogre at this point, so I'd probably move the storm sister down left 1, because you're gonna need to support the other units against the ogre. and it would still be in range of the boar, and I think it could finish off the boar with 3 hits from
But why
there.
down? That's farther away from the ogre.
Uh,
I can move the Storm Sister to where the initiate is.
yeah. Uh, you could. I'm just worrying about the Storm Sister getting caught by the
Or
ogre. You want to be able to hit the ogre, but
right.
I don't think you want. Well, actually, no. The Storm Sister's
Then
got stunning touch, so it could stun the ogre if. Yeah, yeah, I would. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, that's yeah. You could have it move where the Nishit currently is. Uh,
stunning touch is an active.
yes. But if it succeeds, then you'll stun the ogre for 2
Yeah.
turns. It's pretty good.
But I have to
Chance,
make sure she doesn't get killed before she uses it.
yep. It can also be used to set flanking
Mm.
on the ogre. Don't forget, it's a touch thing,
Yeah.
so the ogre will turn to face the stunning touch. So yeah, uh, and I don't think it retaliates if on a stunning touch. So because it just gets like tapped on the shoulder or something, you know. Um,
Yep.
yeah, I would have the initiate move out of the way. The storm sister. You know what? You could even risk.
Should I have the initiate try to set up flanking with the ogre?
Yeah, you probably need to that. Because you're gonna need to backstab it with Shira in order to have much chance of success here
Yep.
against the ogre. So yeah, I would have the initiate. Let's see, where would she need to go? She's gonna move 4 tiles. And you do need to set flanking. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think the initiate might need to go all the way back by those 2 pieces of rubble. You see what I'm... Hold on, just checking the time. 51 minutes already. So if the initiate moves towards the top of the map and to the left, but staying as far away from the ogre as possible, it should still be in range. Like past the bush on the left side and then just going north.
Yeah. So move 1 tile up, 1 tile to the
Upper left and then 2
upper
north.
left, and then 2 up. Okay.
Yep. You don't even have to care about the boar because the boar will be dead in a second. So,
Yep.
yeah, now you can flank the ogre, and that'll also set up flanking
Should I
for.
shoot the ogre with the longbowman
Not yet,
first?
because the ogre is facing the longbowman right now. So I would hit with the initiate, then the ogre will
Yeah.
turn towards the initiate, and then you're better off backstabbing it with Shira anyways,
But
probably.
would Shira kill it then and there?
No. This thing is tough as nails.
Then finish it with the longbowman.
Uh, well,
But when I want to weaken it with longbowman first, so that when Shira backstabs it, she has a higher chance of not getting retaliated.
even if she gets retaliated, remember she's got resurgence. So even if she falls from the retaliations, it burns the ogre's retaliations, which means that it has less movement on its turn. So yeah, I
Oh,
would I would
okay.
shoot the ogre.
With the initiate.
Yep.
All right.
And then I
Oh,
would
should I
have
have her charge? Because I could move her 1 tile, and then she should be able to charge, right?
how much damage would she do right now?
Oh, pretty good. 17 to 25 3 times.
17, 25, 30 times.
Wait, so how does charge work? Deals
It
6 damage on the first strike if it has moved
extra
3 or more
6.
tiles this turn. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, but then she loses a full attack, won't she?
Well,
By
she's
moving
not
3
gonna
tiles.
survive. If she gets let's see, she attacks twice, gets retired once. She can survive 1 retaliation. Yeah. So,
So should I try to get charge up as well?
let's see. If she charges, she attacks twice and still gets retaliated once. Either way, she just attacks 1 less time.
But for
Uh,
more damage.
yeah, and then she only suffers 1 retaliation. Uh, yeah, no, I want to burn the retaliations because otherwise the ogre If you don't burn its retaliations, it could try and charge one of your ranged units, like the Storm Sister or something. Like,
Yep.
Resurgence is not a... She's got Resurgence, so it's not bad if Shira dies. She may actually come back with more health than otherwise. So I would
Alright,
just
so just
up... I would move up to the right one, so that the Longbowman has a chance of maybe flanking. And I would just...
I could use Storm Sister to try to get some flanking as well. Oh wait, you want me to use the Storm Sister on the 4, right? Never mind.
Maybe. We'll see how this goes. Maybe the Storm Sister can get flanking after. But I would have her do this, and then the Longbowman can flank it from the other side. And then
Yeah.
the Storm Sister can flank it. Maybe even finish off the Ogre if this goes well.
All
Got
right,
to see
so
what
attack
up. I
from
would
which
have.
file?
I would ever move to the right, the one that's further to the right, like that's on the south side, because the Longbowman will be able to move around and flank. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I would just attack it. She'll probably die from the retaliations, but you should be able to finish this thing off with.
Yeah. Oh, it's real low though. Don't even
4
need to
health.
flank it. You can just shoot it.
Yeah. Flanking will still do more damage, and the Longbowman gets more XP from doing more damage, I think. So it's still trying to set up. Can the Longbowman get to somewhere where it has flanking? 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, it can. If it goes behind that
It'll have
rock,
one shot, but that's fine, right?
one shot will kill it. So yeah, unless it fumbles, and then you can. If it fumbles, the Storm Sister can finish it. So yeah, I would have the Longbowman move
Right
there.
here?
Yep, and kill it with 10 to 16, unless a fumble.
Sweet.
Fumbles, I think they still do damage. Just no, they miss. That's right.
Right. And then kill the boar.
Yep, with the Storm Sister. Should be able to move closer so that you don't suffer from the line of sight penalty. There we go.
Yeah, and flanking. Sweet. There we go.
Nice.
That didn't go so bad. I didn't actually lose anybody.
Yep, since Shira comes back when you win.
Oh wait, Dire Penguin. I forgot I lost the Dire Penguin.
Yeah, you did lose
That's
the
all.
Dire Penguin. But it was a summon. And
Yeah.
those summons cost mana, and you're kind of low on
Delicious
mana.
second breakfast.
What'd you say? Malicious second breakfast?
Delicious.
Oh.
It's a usable item. Nourishing meal increases maximum hit points by 15 and gives 100 morale to target friendly unit.
Is this like a
Outside
one-time
companion-
consumable, or is this infinitely reusable?
usable. I think it's. I have no idea. It says usable item.
So it's probably a one-time use, but it's a second breakfast. That's a
Gotta
Hobbit
look it up.
reference. Where are
Yeah.
the rings? Have you
Let's
you
see,
had
aid.
breakfast, but have you had second breakfast? Wait, you're looking up like on the wiki or something?
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can get any info out of that.
Oh, the wiki for this game is terrible. It probably won't
Yeah.
tell you anything. But Shira leveled up, right, in this fight? Yeah, she's level 5 now.
Yep.
She even gets some experience from getting hit. That was the other thing. Taking those retaliations, you get experience when you get hit usually. Not much, but some. So, getting smacked around by the ogre.
This wiki is not helping much.
Yeah, it's garbage. I think it's on that site that just bombards you with ads. They give you a ton of...
Fandom is terrible.
Yeah, I always clear my internet history every time I visit Fandom because it loads you up with cookies, trackers. It's really bad.
Yeah. Oh, I can't even look at the encyclopedia because I got this pop-up. Well, I could sell it for 147 gold, or I can take the reward. It's the delicious second breakfast. Oh, and 24 knowledge.
Wait, so it's a usable item, right? You said.
Yeah.
And you can
and knowledge. I have two options: take reward or sell for gold. Below it says worth 147 gold.
Oh no, other things are usable items. Actually, I'm looking at it. The rifle is a usable item, and that's not a one use. So this may be repeatedly used.
So it gives you nourishing meal for like the spell basically, but it's not a spell.
Yeah, and what is say that the effects of it are?
Uh, the same as the spell Nourishing Meal.
Yeah, I mean, what does the nourishing meal do? Does it say?
Oh, um, increases the maximum hit points of a unit by 15 and gives 100 morale to friendly unit. Outside
Does it?
combat, any units in the stack heal for 15 health divided by the number of wounded units in the stack.
Ah, so it'll help with out of combat regeneration. It might not be
Yeah,
great in combat, but it'll help your stack heal faster. Your longbowman's only at 21 health. The other one's at 31, and your hero is pretty beat up. So
yeah. Should I take the reward then?
yeah, items like this are very like if you were to try and craft this item, it would probably cost like 300 gold or something. When you sell things, I think you only get like 60% of their real value. So if that gives you an idea
Yeah.
how pricey it would be to craft a second breakfast. Apparently, a second breakfast costs more than like 3 city buildings or an entire army. Go
Mm.
figure. It must be magical.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would take that
Infinite
item.
food.
Infinitely regenerating food. It's the food item of holding. Even if it wasn't
Yeah.
infinitely, just the passive regeneration. You can
It's
save
pretty
it.
handy, yeah.
Yeah, we could save it before battle, and you can see if it disappears if you use it, and if it doesn't, well,
I don't think it will.
probably
'Cause, yeah,
not.
it's right next to the blowpipe.
Yeah, because that would actually be pretty bad if it
If it
if
was
you
one-time use.
yeah. Now that I think about it, yeah.
What should I do for heroes? Hero upgrades. We got
Uh,
armor piercing, assassin strike, break
what does
control,
Assassin
god
Strike do?
spear. Performs an attack that can't be retaliated against on target enemy unit.
That's it.
Yep,
How much does it cost?
4 points.
Yeah, I think it's a special attack with higher base damage than a normal melee strike too. Now that I think of
Oh
it,
yeah.
but it's all like a little bit higher. It's like I think it would
Well,
do like 18 or 20 damage without being able to be retaliated. It's not bad, but how much do stat points cost?
well, let's see. 4 for resistance and hit points, 3 for defense, 2 for ranged and melee strength.
Only 2 for melee strength,
Yep.
and only 2 for
And
ranged.
also, there's coup de grace and dirty half dozen, first strike, free movement, infiltration squad, night vision, poison knowledge, projectile resistance, sabotage, stealth commander, stronger than steel, taunt, and undead slayer. And then a couple spells, panic attack and moving target.
All right, hold on. That's a lot of stuff. Dirty half dozen. What does
Yeah,
that do? Or, I saved it. Oh, let me save it
I'll
again.
read through them.
It might be more efficient if I just looked over in the Discord, but I'm saving because sometimes this causes lost connection.
Yeah,
But
30 half dozen. Do you want me to stream it and show you them, or?
yeah, even if I
All
lose
right.
connection, I'm right about the video endpoint anyhow. So I'm gonna be cutting it in a sec, and we can just reload if that happens. You should definitely cancel not stream for long though. Devout Slayer. Oh, that's garbage.
Yeah.
What does Cunning Escape spell do? That's right above it.
Ah.
Can only be used in attacking. Why does it instantly leave combat? Cause fear, charm. Moving target.
Oh. Give everybody wall climbing, huh?
It's not that useful unless you're attacking a city.
Yeah. Probably
Proj-
not happening a whole lot.
some of the things you might not realize are really effective, but are projectile resistance. Pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems decent.
Yeah, that's decent.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Huh?
poison knowledge. Yeah, it
What does
gives
that mean? All will do
every
poison damage?
adds 1 blight damage to the attacks of every unit in the
So
army.
does that mean any damage they do will have 1 plus blight, or only their blight damage will be stronger?
No, any damage they do, it means they're basically
So,
poisoning their arrows.
Okay, so like they're okay. So yeah, my longbowman would do additional light damage. That seems decent.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
expensive
things that
though.
help the whole stack. What's to note is that only one hero can apply effects like that to the whole stack, and only the leader, one that's leading the
Yeah,
army.
the one that's all the way
Uh,
to the left.
yes. Only the leftmost hero can do that to a stack, and then like so you
Good to know.
it doesn't stack. If you have two heroes with abilities like that,
Ooh,
only
powerful.
one's gonna have its abilities active.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So I probably
Mm.
I'd say poison knowledge is really good. At least
Yeah,
just because it helps. Yeah, because that's like instead of one attack just for the hero, that's like 6 attack for the whole stack.
that's
If
true.
you have a
That
full
is a lot
stack
of
of
damage
6,
spread out across the army.
yeah.
All right, I'll take
And
that.
the way it works with like range attacks is the least it can do is like 0 to 1. So
Should I just bank this upgrade point, or I guess frost protection would be moderately okay.
yeah, I do frost protection since you're about to go into the Arctic area where there might be some enemies who use frost.
All
So
right.
I would just grab the frost protection. All right, and I'm gonna stop watching
Oh,
the
that makes
stream.
up for her inherent Tigran weakness anyway.
Yeah. All right. I stopped watching the stream. I would stop streaming it on Discord because it eats up your bandwidth and probably makes your connection unstable. So I'd make sure you're no longer streaming
Yep.
video.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a lot of like frost using enemies in the Arctic area near Trequium. So, it's
Yeah.
appropriate to
Probably might.
not have the inherent
Yeah.
frost weakness as a
Yeah.
Tigran.
Might come in handy.
Might come in, it might not. Um, But yeah,
Hmm.
it'll probably be useful sooner or later. It's iffy. You could have banked it. I personally hate banking it when there's an upgrade available because then every turn
Yeah.
it'll give you this hero can take an upgrade thing. It's
Oh.
just annoying.
Yeah. I hate little notification thingies.
Yeah. So just to
Um, should my
oh
army in Illinois take out this gold mine, or do you think they need some help with that?
uh hold on. Sorry, I'm just rearranging blankets because I'm getting a little sweaty here. Um I don't know. It's starting to. I'm wearing. As it's getting warmer, I'm wearing less layers. But sometimes I run really cold, so a lot of people would be comfortable in
Yeah.
normal clothes. But I've still got like 3 upper body layers, including a sweatshirt, a long sleeve shirt, a sweatshirt. No, actually 2 undershirts, or no, one
Yeah.
normal shirt, one undershirt, long sleeve shirt, and a sweatshirt. And I got blankets on my legs, but it was too much, so I had to take off the blankets. But now I'm sweaty because you know, I'm gonna get cold from the sweat. So sorry, Eleanor, you were saying what about it?
I've got 3 archers and a swordsman.
Oh, you're
Should
talking
they
about.
kill these draconians
I would.
or wait for reinforcements?
Um. Hmm. I was gonna say that. Yeah, they could probably handle it. I'm trying to think if there are any reinforcements you can get there quickly. Maybe the
I
hero if you really wanted
mean,
to. Hmm.
I could just like craft some more, swordsmen or
Hmm.
initiates. I could
Let,
build some in the city. Although the city's currently building a shooting grounds, which is pretty important.
yeah. Hold on. So I would move Shira because she can move further in the rest of her stack. 2 tiles
Oh yeah, great, great.
standing on that Barrens because she's a tiger and she likes Barrens to see what's guarding that area. Because if you were gonna wait for reinforcements, Shira would probably be the only unit worth.
Oh, there are 2 worth elementals on that thing. The
You're yeah
Heart of the Glades.
you're not gonna be able to clear. Oh, I was looking
No.
at the item rack. You're definitely not gonna be able to clear the item rack
Wait,
or the Heart of the Glades. I was looking at the item
removes
rack.
all temperate terrain penalties when located within your domain. What what does that mean?
Adds the building floodplain wins previous units more. Some units don't like temperate terrain.
Yeah, that will like override their racial
No,
mislikes.
certain like monster type. It's very rare, but there are a couple units that don't. like that suffer dislike temperate terrain. I'm not sure if goblins are one of them, but there are definitely, I think there are certain like monsters because you can sometimes have like dwellings that can recruit
Yeah.
monster units. So there are a very small number of units in the game that dislike temperate terrain, and if you have a Heart of the Glades within the domain of one of those areas that recruited it, you won't have to worry about that. Saying it's a very marginally situationally useful thing. Rarely affects anything, but it does give
Okay.
200 happiness to the city, and it gives 10 casting points to Empire, and it gives inflict bleeding wounds to produced units. So even that temperate terrain thing is mostly worthless, the other effects are all really strong. It's a good treasure site, although it mainly would help Eleanor or Falsuriel train better units once you integrate it. So it's not a high priority right now.
Yeah.
Could be useful later, but it's got really strong guardians,
Yeah.
even stronger
Yeah.
than that Earth node.
Mhm.
So you ask the
Okay, draconian flyers are scary, and I can't beat them, can I?
not easily. You'll lose units
Yeah.
doing it. So what I
So
was gonna
usually that
say
I'm
is
alone.
you were wondering whether you should wait for reinforcements. I would
Oh
say
yeah.
yes, since Shira can reach next to that gold mine next turn, and then you can attack it
Oh
from.
yeah.
I forget if you attack it with because if you can have armies attack it from two tiles that aren't adjacent to each other as long as they're both adjacent to the site, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's
I
in defending they have to border each other. What?
I can just move them onto that tile so that when she's there, she'll give them all of her benefits.
Oh yeah, because they can go that far in a turn. It's a
Yeah.
tiny bit risky if something came out of nowhere, like an attack to Eleanor, but it's extremely unlikely. There'd have to be brigands in just the right place.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would move the army there so that
This
she
turn
can
or next turn,
this turn, so she can stack with them next turn. They can move, and
and
then
then
they'll
they
have
can
all
move
the
back.
yes, in case of like brigands or something showing up. You're gonna want them to have their full movement to start next turn.
Okay.
Yep, and then we just have them wait a turn, and then they
Sweet.
can bring in the hero. They could win either way, but they'll probably take less damage with the hero there, which should be good. That'll mean that they'll be more for close to their full health in case you need to defend Eleanor against something, which is
Yeah.
unlikely, but it could happen. Uh, hold on.
So I'm back underground. I've got two heroes.
Hold
I
on.
should probably split them off so they have their own armies at some point, right?
Hold on. So I'm going to right now. I'm going to save this quick and cut the stream and start a new one.
All right.
I don't remember when the last time I saved is. I think it was recent, but give me a sec to stretch. We can chat. Folks in YouTube, I wish you all the best. Take care of each other, be kind yourselves, and may you always find a guiding star to lead you home.